soup. What do you call it?
Nilagang.
Nilagang. So in goes the red onions. Should I give them a look? As you can see, our oven's pretty average, electric. We don't really like it, so we've got the gas cooker until we get a better oven. I can zoom in, zoom out. Blow the film up. Catch that one on camera. I'm going to cook and bacon or pork. So we've now added garlic. Sorry, ginger. We've now added ginger. So we have red onion and ginger. And into the onion and ginger goes green chili. Careful.
I'm going to add the garlic.
And then fresh chopped garlic. And we're frying this in olive oil. Okay, so one minute.
I'm going to add the pork.
Let me hold that for you one time.
Careful the bone.
Yeah. Now we add the pork. We washed it a little bit earlier, so that's why it's pretty out brandy. Okay, so now we're going to add some pepper. Just black pepper.
It's dark in here.
Yeah, it's not very good light here. I'll come around this side. It's not too bad there. Into the mix with the black pepper. Just cover that, let it sit there for a little bit. So the water that's coming out of the pork will stop that from burning too much. And now we're going to add vegetar. So all of these ingredients, you can add them to whatever amount you like yourself. It's a bit of an experimental game. If you like the soup really strong, a bit more salty, add more of it. So, I've showed you this before, but it's the vegetar.
Now we're going to add boiling water. So again, depends on how strong you want the soup, how watery you want the soup, how much water you add. Remember that we'll evaporate away while you're cooking it, so probably put a little bit extra than what you think you need at the end. Yeah, probably a little bit more.
Here, which is going to be a fried pork. We're just going to make a marinade. So we've added soy sauce, vegetar and pepper to some of the leftover pork, and now we're going to add calamansi. It's a little citrus fruit from the Philippines. It's kind of like a cross between a lemon and an orange, I guess would be the best way to describe it. It's not as sour as most lemons, it's a little bit more sweet, but it's still very tangy. So we're just cutting these in half, squeezing the juice out, and we're putting it into a separate bowl first, just so we can get rid of any of the seeds. You don't want to be chomping on seeds later on. So into the bowl with the juice. I'll probably use about 8 of these to get this juice here. So you can see that Alana's already removed most of the seeds out of this, so I'll just make sure there's no, there are only tiny ones now anyway, that won't hurt you. So.
That's alright.
So, into the bowl.
Yes.
So into the pork and the soy sauce, the Vegetar and the pepper goes the calamansi. And now we'll mix this all around. I use calamansi all the time, I love them, they're great. So we're going to add a chili to this as well, so do you want to add the chili now?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So the easiest way to add the chili in there is a pair of scissors. Instead of trying to cut it up, just chop it in. So we just wash the chili and now we're just going to chop it in. So you can normally tell if the chili's fine or looking inside to see if the seeds are white. If they're black, I wouldn't use it. It's not a good sign, you got mold. But as you can see, they're nice and white, so the chili's good. Now just be careful.
We've got hot chilies in about 4 out of 5. Comes up cold, but if you go and touch that and rub your eye on it, you'll know about it. So just hold it on the green bit and just chop it into the pork as you go. You'll find if you add the chili earlier and then fry it, the heat of the chili comes out more into the milk, into the pork, when you fry it in the oil. So a lot of the heat is in the seeds too. It's in the part that grows the seeds. So
Check the soup. The marinade is sitting over there with the pork.
Hot?
This is very hot.
Yeah, use that one.
Paper towel, stick it on the side. So the fat on the pork is starting to soften up nicely. So we'll leave this a bit longer, but we're going to add potatoes to it now anyway. Don't want to add it too early, they'll be too soft, too late, they'll be raw. So. Stand back.
Holy
Very
shit.
good way to do it. So now we're going to add the potatoes. Just be careful. If you pour them in, you might splash the water everywhere, like I just did. It's not slow this way, but some of that. So that's the potatoes. We'll give that a stir around and we'll cover it again.
Careful.
Okay, because this is quite sour and tangy, we're going to add some sugar as well. It'll make it not so tangy and it'll go well with the marinade. And then we'll fry it. Okay, so now we're going to kind of boil this pork a little bit first in the marinade. That'll get the flavour into it before we fry it. Otherwise you just kind of burn everything and it's not as flavourful. Okay, so we check the soup again. That's all coming along nicely. The pork's softened up, fat in the pork. So now we're adding bok choy.
Or pet chai.
Or pet chai, they call it in the Philippines. And we're also going to add a little bit of salt. Now once we mix it together, we'll just taste it all and see if it's missing anything.
And a bit of pepper.
Bit of pepper? Now? Where is the pepper?
Okay.
Alright.
And waffles.
And we'll come back to that in a minute, but that's almost ready. So now the pork, the marinade is starting to boil. We'll just let that bubble away a bit, or get rid of some of the water out of the soy sauce. Thicken it up a little bit. And the flavour will start to infuse into the pork. So we've just turned the pork over, so that marinade's pretty much dried up now. And we're just going to add a little bit of oil to it, just so we can give it an extra fry up. And that's almost ready. The soup's pretty much done now. coming along nicely.
There.
So now to the soup. The soup's pretty much done.
There you
We'll just
go.
make sure the potatoes and the bok choy are cooked where we want them. And at this stage, you can add a little bit more pepper or salt or vegetar, depending on how it tastes to you. But that's pretty much done. Alright, awesome. And we're finished. So we've got Nilagang Baboy soup and fried pork with rice. So let's try this soup. That is really good. It's quite spicy. The green chili is actually quite spicy. So
And
that's good.
your bowl,
And
right?
can I get a little piece of this pork out here?
I told you. Fork.
A fork would have been a good idea, eh? Must her up. You can really taste the calamansi. And a little spice of chili, because we only have one chili. So yeah, that's good. And jasmine rice as always. That's it. Hope you enjoy watching. Remember to subscribe and like, and we'll see you guys next time.